Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to explore a topic that is as fascinating as it is empowering: how to read people's minds. Now, I don't mean some mystical out-of-reach ability. No, I'm talking about something real, tangible, and within your grasp. Imagine for a moment the ability to understand the thoughts, emotions, and desires of those around you. Imagine having such insight into the people you interact with that you can anticipate their actions, needs, and concerns. That's not magic, that's emotional intelligence, a sharpened sense of observation, and a deep understanding of human nature. The truth is, people's minds are often more transparent than we realize. You don't need to be a psychic or have some extraordinary power to get a sense of what's going on in someone's head. It's all about tuning in to the clues and signs they are constantly showing. How do we do this? How do we tap into this incredible ability? First, become an active observer. Most of us are too wrapped up in our own thoughts and worries to notice the subtle signals people give off. Body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice, these are all windows into someone's mind. The way a person stands, the way they look at you, the tension in their shoulders, or the calmness in their movements all tell a story. The next step is to develop empathy. Empathy is the ability to place yourself in someone else's shoes. If you want to understand how someone thinks, you need to understand how they feel. The emotions they are experiencing, the pressures they are under, and their aspirations all influence their thoughts. Ask yourself, how would I feel in their situation? This simple shift in perspective allows you to read between the lines of what they say and what they really mean. Another powerful tool in reading minds is listening. And I mean really listening. Too often we listen to respond, not to understand. But if you want insight into someone's thoughts, you have to be fully present when they speak. Hear their words, and also hear what they're not saying. Silence can speak volumes. The pauses between their words, their hesitations, and the questions they avoid answering, these are all hints to what's on their mind. Pay attention to patterns. People are creatures of habit. By observing how someone behaves over time, you'll begin to notice patterns in their thinking and reactions. This helps you predict how they will respond in future situations. It's not about making assumptions, but about recognizing the consistency in their thought processes. Lastly, trust your intuition. We all have that gut feeling that tells us something about a situation or a person, but many of us ignore it. Intuition is often your subconscious mind picking up on things that your conscious mind hasn't fully processed yet. Trust it. With practice, you'll learn when to rely on it to gain insight into people's true thoughts. Pay attention to patterns. People are creatures of habit. By observing how someone behaves over time, you'll begin to notice patterns in their thinking and reactions. This helps you predict how they will respond in future situations. It's not about making assumptions, but about recognizing the consistency in their thought processes. Lastly, trust your intuition. We all have that gut feeling that tells us something about a situation or a person, but many of us ignore it. Intuition is often your subconscious mind picking up on things that your conscious mind hasn't fully processed yet. Trust it. With practice, you'll learn when to rely on it to gain insight into people's true thoughts. The foundation of reading people's minds is careful observation. People reveal their emotions and thoughts through subtle physical cues such as gestures, posture, and facial expressions. Training yourself to notice these details, especially in unguarded moments, helps you pick up on the unsaid. To become someone who watches and listens more than you speak. Emotional intelligence is crucial for understanding others. It involves recognizing and understanding emotions, both in yourself and in others. High emotional intelligence allows you to discern people's emotional states, helping you predict their behavior, reactions, and feelings. By managing your own emotions well, you can create a more open environment where others are willing to reveal their true selves. Empathy goes beyond sympathy. It's about feeling what others feel. To read someone's mind, you must connect with their emotions. Put yourself in their position. What are they thinking based on what they are going through? This deeper level of emotional understanding helps you interpret not just their words, but also their unspoken thoughts. Most people listen with the intent to respond rather than to understand. Active listening means fully focusing, understanding, and reflecting on what the other person is saying. When you actively listen, you catch the nuances in speech, such as changes in tone or emphasis, that reveal their true thoughts and emotions. Don't just listen to their words, listen to what's behind them. People often communicate more with their bodies than with words. Nonverbal cues like posture, hand movements, and facial expressions provide insight into what someone is truly feeling. Crossed arms may indicate defensiveness, while leaning in could show interest or comfort. Becoming fluent in nonverbal language is essential to reading someone's mind accurately. Micro-expressions are fleeting, involuntary facial expressions that occur when a person tries to conceal an emotion. They last only a fraction of a second but reveal hidden feelings. Learning to recognize these micro-expressions, such as a brief frown of anger or a split-second smirk of contempt, can give you insight into what someone is truly thinking, even if their words say otherwise. Intuition is often your subconscious mind processing small details that your conscious mind might miss. These gut feelings are based on subtle cues you may not be aware of, but they are often correct. Trust your instincts when you get a feeling that something is off, or when you sense someone's true emotions. People are creatures of habit. By observing how a person behaves in different situations over time, you'll start to notice patterns that reveal their thinking process. Consistent behaviors, reactions, or ways of speaking often indicate how a person is likely to respond in future situations, allowing you to anticipate their thoughts and actions. Pay close attention to what people say over time. Do they repeat certain phrases, topics, or ideas? People often reveal their thought patterns through the consistency of their speech. If someone frequently talks about a specific subject, it indicates that this subject is on their mind a lot. Repetitive language can signal deep-seated concerns, values, or desires. The eyes are often called the windows to the soul for a reason. Eye contact can reveal confidence, sincerity, interest, or discomfort. If someone avoids eye contact, it could signal nervousness or deceit, whereas steady eye contact typically suggests openness and honesty. Understanding the balance between too much and too little eye contact helps you gauge someone's emotional state. How someone says something is often more important than what they say. Tone of voice can convey emotions like sarcasm, frustration, excitement, or sadness. For example, a calm tone might suggest confidence, while a shaky or high-pitched voice may reveal anxiety or uncertainty. Listening for shifts in tone helps you understand a person's true emotional state. Silence during conversations can be just as revealing as words. If someone hesitates before answering, it could indicate they're uncomfortable, unsure, or hiding something. A pause might mean they are processing a thought or feeling anxious. Instead of rushing to fill the silence, give people space to reveal more about themselves. Body language often mirrors someone's emotional state. Open body language, such as uncrossed arms, relaxed shoulders, and leaning forward, signals comfort and openness. On the other hand, closed body language, like crossed arms or turning away, can indicate defensiveness, discomfort, or disengagement. Learning to read these signals can help you interpret someone's thoughts and emotions accurately. People's energy levels can give insight into their mental and emotional state. High energy might indicate excitement, enthusiasm, or anxiety, while low energy could suggest boredom, fatigue, or disinterest. Observing changes in someone's energy during a conversation can reveal what excites or drains them. When you are in tune with someone, you naturally start to mirror their behavior, gestures, and emotions. This is due to mirror neurons in your brain, which cause you to unconsciously imitate the actions of others. Noticing when someone mirrors your body language can indicate that they are comfortable with you and aligned with your thinking. People's thoughts are heavily influenced by their environment and circumstances. Always consider the context in which someone is speaking or behaving. Stressful situations, personal background, or the company they're with can all impact how someone thinks and acts. Understanding context allows you to better interpret their behavior and thoughts. Body language and gestures can mean different things across cultures. For instance, eye contact that's considered respectful in one culture might be seen as confrontational in another. Being culturally aware helps you avoid misinterpreting someone's behavior and enables you to read their mind more accurately. Physical signs of stress, like fidgeting, sweating, or a fast-paced speech, often reveal when someone is under pressure or anxious. By recognizing these stress indicators, you can better understand what is weighing on their mind and adjust your interactions accordingly to create a more comfortable atmosphere. Asking the right questions is a great way to reveal someone's thoughts. Open-ended questions encourage people to share more, providing you with clues about their thinking process. By gently probing, you can uncover what's on their mind without being intrusive. The art lies in knowing when to ask and how to listen to the answers. People often reveal their emotional state through their hands. Nervous gestures like wringing hands, tapping fingers, or playing with objects can indicate anxiety or discomfort. On the other hand, relaxed and open hand movements often suggest someone feels at ease. Observing hand gestures gives insight into someone's emotional mindset, especially when verbal communication may not be entirely truthful. The way someone carries themselves can reveal a lot about their inner state. A person who stands tall with their shoulders back and head held high is likely feeling confident and secure. Conversely, slouched or hunched posture can signal insecurity, doubt, or discomfort. Posture often reflects how a person feels about themselves in the moment, so take note of these physical clues to gauge their confidence level. Not all smiles are created equal. A genuine smile involves the whole face, particularly the eyes, while a fake or forced smile is usually limited to the mouth. A real smile, also known as a Duchenne smile, activates muscles around the eyes, creating crow's feet, and conveys true happiness or warmth. On the other hand, a forced smile might be a polite cover for discomfort or dissatisfaction. Pay attention to the dynamics of a smile to read whether it's genuine or masking something else. People's backgrounds, experiences, and personal stories shape their thought patterns. The more you know about someone's history, the easier it is to understand their perspective and mindset. By learning about their struggles, victories, and core beliefs, you'll gain insight into how they process information and make decisions. Knowing their story helps you predict their reactions and motivations. Where a person directs their attention reveals what's important to them in the moment. For example, if someone keeps glancing at their phone during a conversation, it may signal that they are distracted or not fully engaged. If they're focusing on you intently, it's a sign of interest or concern. Attention focus helps you understand where their thoughts are centered. You might not think to watch someone's feet, but they often provide honest clues. The direction a person's feet are pointing can show what they are interested in. If their feet are pointed toward you during a conversation, they are likely engaged. If their feet are pointed away, it might indicate they are ready to leave or are disinterested. Foot direction can reveal a person's true focus or where they wish to be, even if their words suggest otherwise. A change in voice pitch often accompanies shifts in emotion. When people become anxious, their pitch may rise, or when they are feeling calm and confident, their voice may lower. Sudden changes in pitch during a conversation can be a sign that someone is becoming stressed, excited, or uncomfortable. By tracking these subtle shifts, you can uncover emotional undercurrents in a person's communication. Breathing can be an involuntary giveaway of someone's mental and emotional state. Fast or shallow breathing often indicates stress, anxiety, or fear. Slow, deep breathing suggests calmness and control. When someone's breathing changes during a conversation, it's a sign their emotions have shifted. This is particularly useful when dealing with tense or high-stakes situations. Self-touch gestures, such as touching one's face, neck, or hair, often signal nervousness, discomfort, or uncertainty. These gestures can be unconscious ways of self-soothing during stressful or awkward moments. If you notice someone touching their face frequently, it could indicate they are feeling uneasy or anxious, especially if they are doing so while discussing sensitive topics. Even when someone tries to mask their emotions, tension in the face can betray them. Watch for tightened jaw muscles, furrowed brows, or a clenched mouth. These signs of facial tension often indicate underlying frustration, anger, or stress. Even if a person speaks calmly, their facial muscles can reveal the opposite, giving you a clearer picture of what they might be holding back. When people say one thing but their actions suggest something different, it's a red flag that they may be hiding their true thoughts or feelings. For example, someone might agree to something verbally while their body language crossed arms. Avoiding eye contact shows reluctance. These discrepancies can reveal inner conflict or dishonesty. Cognitive load refers to the mental effort someone is using to think, process, or speak. When a person is lying or unsure, you may notice them pausing more, hesitating, or struggling to keep their story straight. The more mentally taxing a situation is, the more these signs show up. If someone is overthinking or crafting a story, you'll often see them falter in conversation, which can give away their true state of mind. The physical distance someone keeps from you is a direct indicator of their comfort level. If a person feels comfortable and connected, they will usually stand or sit closer to you. If they maintain a significant distance or gradually back away, it could signal discomfort, nervousness, or a desire to disengage. Understanding personal space and how people use it helps you read their emotions and intentions. How someone behaves in a group can reveal their true personality. Do they take charge, blend into the background, or seek approval from others? Group dynamics provide a wealth of information about someone's confidence, social strategies, and internal motivations. Observing how they interact with others in different settings can help you predict their behavior and understand their mindset. Understanding the difference between sympathy and empathy is crucial in reading minds. Sympathy is feeling pity or sorrow for someone, while empathy is the ability to share in their feelings. When you empathize, you deeply connect with another person's emotions, helping you understand their thoughts and motivations from their perspective. Practicing empathy gives you deeper insight into others' minds than sympathy ever could. Silence is a powerful tool in communication. When you give someone space to speak, they often reveal more than they intended. Silence can create a moment for the other person to fill in gaps, which might provide you with critical information. It can also make people feel slightly uncomfortable, prompting them to disclose more than they otherwise would. Learning to use silence effectively helps you read between the lines of what someone is saying. People's eyes move in specific patterns when they are thinking, remembering, or lying. For example, someone might look up and to the right when they are trying to recall a memory, or down when they are feeling ashamed or unsure. The rapid or darting eye movements can indicate discomfort or dishonesty. Observing where and how people move their eyes while speaking can give you clues about their thought process. If someone's story changes or they offer conflicting details at different times, it's often a sign that they are not being completely honest. Inconsistent narratives signal that the person may be making things up, forgetting key details, or trying to cover up the truth. Pay attention to inconsistencies in their words and compare them with their body language for a more complete picture. A person's handshake can give away their confidence level and intentions. A firm handshake often signals confidence, decisiveness, and openness, while a weak or limp handshake might indicate insecurity, hesitation, or discomfort. Overly strong handshakes, on the other hand, can suggest a need for control or dominance. A handshake is an early indicator of how someone might approach a situation or conversation. The way someone uses personal space reveals their boundaries and comfort levels. If someone allows you into their personal space, it shows trust and openness. However, if they consistently keep a distance, it suggests they are protecting their boundaries or feeling uneasy. Respecting personal space and recognizing when someone expands or contracts it is key to understanding their mental and emotional state. Sometimes, despite a person's best efforts to hide their emotions, small, unconscious gestures or expressions will leak out. These brief slips, like a fleeting grimace, clenched fists, or a sudden twitch, reveal underlying emotions such as anger, frustration, or fear. Emotional leakage can provide insight into what someone is truly thinking or feeling, even when they're trying to maintain a composed exterior. The limbic system, which controls our emotional responses, often triggers physical reactions like freezing, fleeing, or fidgeting. These are automatic primal responses to stress or discomfort. When someone is startled or feels threatened, they might momentarily freeze or back away without realizing it. Recognizing these instinctive reactions helps you interpret what someone's emotions are, especially in high-stress situations. If someone's tone of voice doesn't match the content of their message, it could be a sign of hidden emotions or thoughts. For example, if a person says they're fine but their tone is clipped or strained, it suggests they might not be as okay as they're letting on. Tone mismatch is often a subtle giveaway of underlying emotions like anger, frustration, or sadness that the person isn't verbally expressing. When people are comfortable, they tend to touch things less nervously and handle objects more smoothly. If you notice someone fidgeting with their phone, jewelry, or clothing, it can signal nervousness or discomfort. Conversely, someone who is at ease will have more controlled and relaxed movements. Watching how people interact with their environment can give you clues about their comfort level. Pacing, shifting weight from one foot to the other, or moving around frequently often indicates restlessness, stress, or anxiety. When someone paces during a conversation, it can mean they are processing emotions or thoughts that are difficult for them.